Alright, so moving on through the obscure crossovers, we're going to move on now to Wildcats Aliens. Yes, this is a crossover from Image, back when Wildcats was under Image, and Dark Horse. Now, this was written by Warren Ellis, probably one of my favorite writers. There's actually a bit of an interesting backstory behind this crossover. That pretty much being that Warren Ellis didn't want to write this. Image approached him when he was on his Wildcats run, and also when he was writing Stormwatch. Basically, Warren Ellis, and this is before, when the Authority was out. This is before the Authority was ever created, so. Basically, Warren Ellis was approached with this, and he thought the idea of crossing over Wildcats and Aliens was utterly stupid. But then Image finally corralled him into the idea on the grounds of. Now, granted, he liked the idea of Aliens. He loved he's gone on to say, he loves the Aliens franchise, but he just didn't like the idea of the Wildcats encountering aliens because he just didn't feel like the idea would mesh very well. That was his main thing. But then Image and Dark Horse came to this realization. Warren, we know you're writing Stormwatch. How about we let you in this comic book kill off any member you want for this book, because he wanted to do an event where he wanted to get rid of Stormwatch and then lead into the Authority, and this is kind of a helping prelude to the Authority. Now, if you're wondering, no, Midnighter and Apollo are not in this, because in this current timeline, they've kind of gone off radar. So pretty much this follows, mostly focused on the Wildcats, but we do see members of Stormwatch in here as well. This starts out with, in Manhattan, and this huge ship just crash lands in the middle of Manhattan, and it just causes nothing but wreckage, and it's from the Stormwatch space base. And they discover it's from alien origin, and one member of Stormwatch, named Flint, she managed to get away, but her skin was badly burned, and they encountered a hostile alien life form. And this is when during this event, Cole and Void, basically Cole Cash aka Void and Cole Cash aka Grifter and the Void discover this, and they think it's the Daxamites. Not Daxamite. Trying to think of the other alien race the Caribbeans are at war with. I'm trying to remember the other alien's name. The other alien race. Shit. I am so sorry, guys, but basically, yeah, the other alien race the Caribbeans have been at war with. That's what they lead to believe. That's the alien race that has attacked and killed members of Stormwatch. So they managed to, and keep in mind, guys, Wildcats at this point had broken up. The team had, departed, and not on the best of terms. They outright hate each other, but however, Void, Grifter, and Lord Emp bring back all the members, and they don't like it. But they're basically like, yeah, we're the only people who can deal with this. Stormwatch is outgunned. We're the only ones who can take on this alien threat. So, more or less, they bring back everybody, and it's funny, Zealot in this universe, Zealot and Cole had a relationship, but she outright hates Cole. Oh, yes, by the way, the alien race that the Caribbeans have been at war with was the Deamonites. Why did I forget that? Sorry, the Deamonites, excuse me. But the team gets aboard the ship. They manage to teleport to Skywatch, which is the orbital space base above Earth that's home of Stormwatch. And they discover that Stormwatch had discovered, thanks to their original leader, the Weatherman. That's his superhero name. And basically, the team found this weird cocoon thing, and several of their team members, like Hellstrike and a few other heroes, had already been taken down. They had just been torn apart by these aliens, and they don't even know that it's the Xenomorphs. And when the Wildcats encounter them, dear God, they are completely outgunned. They think it's a new race of Deamonites for a little bit, and they're like, no, these are not Deamonites. Deamonites don't fight like this, and it actually, one of them manages to burn Maul's skin, and they get their ass kicked. I'm not gonna lie, Wildcats get their ass kicked by the Xenomorphs, and we later discover that there are some of the members of of the team, like Fahrenheit, another member of Stormwatch, is killed, and she got chest busted, and now some of the aliens out there, some of the xenomorphs have some of the members' Stormwatch powers. So that's a scary thought in of itself. And a lot of the team members don't survive. I'm going to say this right now. A lot of team members just get wiped out. There is a lot of action in here. There's a lot of good, gory action. The aliens are an actual threat. And this is all covered in just a one-shot. And I gotta say, the Wildcats and Stormwatch are thrown to the limit in this comic book. It is just a survival match. The aliens are they're not taken lightly, you know. Even though these are superpowered beings, and I've seen crossovers with aliens that usually when they take on superpowered beings, they're usually like, oh well, that's okay. It has to be like some kind of MacGuffin that makes the superheroes kind of more afraid of the xenomorphs. But in here, even with all their superpowers, Warren Ellis easily conveys that, yeah, they got superpowers. Guess what? It don't matter. So, I really enjoyed this comic book. It's a great. I would say you can check this out without having any knowledge to Stormwatch. If you know what Wildcats is, I'd say check this out too. But I think a little background from Warren Ellis's stuff, and the same with James Robinson and a few other. If you're a Wildcats fan, definitely. If you're an Aliens fan, yes, I'd say on both grounds. If you're a Wildcats fan or an Aliens fan, get this book. You will not be disappointed. I was actually been looking for this for years, because when I heard it, I was like, Wildcats and Aliens. I'm in. That's all I needed to know. I'm in. So, yeah, this is just a really good one-shot crossover comic. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed me talking about this, and stay tuned for the next one. Later.